Hey guys, I'm Josh, welcome to the show, and today I'm doing my quick review of Shin Godzilla, because I just got out of a screening, so here we go. I'm going to do real quick, just my first thoughts on the movie. Here it goes. This is awesome. It is one of the best Godzilla films that has come out ever, but it's also just so far superior to every Godzilla film we've gotten in recent years, and I am including the 2014 one, which was a good film, but this just completely one-ups it in every possible way. So first of all, I want to talk about the fact that this is the first Japanese Godzilla film to not feature somebody in a bodysuit playing Godzilla. It is fully CGI animated, and my gosh, does it pay off. The CGI animation, even though it can be cheesy at times, allows for some beautiful shots and some very suspenseful, compelling moments that would not have worked nearly as well had they've used practical effects. And this is really how CGI should be used, for things where you really cannot get away with practical effects in a believable manner. So first things first, one of the things that has pulled down every single Godzilla film, basically, and even pulled down the 2014 one, which was well reviewed, but one of the things that came through in all reviews, even the positive reviews, was there is a surprising amount of standing around talking for a monster movie. So I gotta tell you, this film, people who have been saying there's a lot of talking in this film, I was expecting it to be a lot of talking, especially at 2 hours running time. I didn't realize that the movie was towards its end when I was watching the film. There is a lot of talking, but it's engaging, interesting talking. And this film does something that's very rare in monster films in general, but especially in Godzilla films. You care about the characters. It created characters who have some actual depth, who are interesting, who you care about, you want to see what happens to them, and you want to hear what they have to say. It also has very fast-paced dialogue, lots of quips. It's very, very, very entertaining to watch, even in the talking scenes. But it also does a good job of splitting up the scenes with dialogue and the scenes with action so that it works throughout in this nice, balanced little segments. So you actually are able to watch the film and get talking, action, talking, action, talking, action. And it never feels formulaic, and there are moments where you're not quite sure what's going to happen. There's real suspense in this film, and I have to say this is the most kick-butt Godzilla we have seen as far as what he actually does. The destruction and the death toll in this film compared to any other Godzilla film is unbelievable. Godzilla has always strayed from really showing a whole lot of death, actual death, just implied, but of actually showing death. Godzilla as a whole franchise has stayed away from doing so. People die in this, like, non-stop in this film. The destruction in this film is just unparalleled. I mean, people thought that, like, Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, had a lot of destruction for a Superman movie. Like, this has more destruction than Man of Steel. This has more destruction than every DC film. This has more destruction than every Godzilla film. Like, wow. Wow. There's so much destruction and violence in this film, and people would die on screen. And there's blood on screen. There's real, you really feel the weight of, like, oh, wow, people can actually die in this film. And the action in this film is so good. The design of Godzilla is awesome. Bringing in the purple atomic breath and the purple lasers out the back and the tail and a couple other features I won't spoil because they haven't been thrown out there in the trailers yet. They brought something new and interesting to the Godzilla franchise that made it feel fresh and new and made you really sit there and just be like, oh my gosh, a few times in the theater, which for something that has like 30 films now in its franchise, the fact that it can still make you gasp and shock you is, I mean, it really says something about this film. The acting is all pretty good, the dialogue is well written, it's fast paced, the action is really, really good and really fun, even if the CGI is a little, obviously CGI at moments. But overall, I think this is the best Godzilla film we've gotten in a very, very long time. And I'm going to give Shin Godzilla an A. If you're thinking about seeing it in theaters and you're not sure if you want to or not, go see it. Because there's about a 5-minute scene in the middle of this movie. I won't spoil what happens in the scene. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. It is the most beautiful 5 minutes of any Godzilla film ever. Basically, there's some attacks going on and Godzilla's reaction to the attacks, that's all I'll say. but is so beautifully choreographed and animated, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This film is so worth seeing in theaters. It's worth buying on Blu-ray. It's awesome. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.